Hello, everybody. Obviously, this is Carmel McPherson, as you can see from my name below and the names of all the rest of the committee. It's now a week since a very successful convention, our very first virtual convention. And unfortunately, due to a few technical difficulties at the end of the very end of the convention, thank heavens, we didn't get an opportunity to thank everybody in the way that we had hoped to thank them. First of all, I would like to introduce you to the Highlander Worldwide Committee. First of all, I'd like you to meet Annie Christie, who is the Vice President of Highlander Worldwide. And Annie has been my rock for the last probably 25 years or so, and been there for every single convention. John Mosby, I think you'd probably be the same, actually. We have aged gracefully together over a long period of time. And John, of course, does all of our web things, all of our graphics, all those beautiful graphics that you see around every convention come from the creative mind of John Mosby. Corinne is our Chief Technical Officer. Corinne joined us for the Royal Armoury at Leeds convention, Highlander Worldwide 7, I think it was. And of course, we never let her go after that. And thank you very much in particular to Corinne for this first virtual convention that we've done, because it was due to her that it technically went off so smoothly. Apart from, ironically, for ourselves, but that had nothing to do with Kim, with Corinne. Kim is a new member of the committee. We Annie actually recommended her to us for this, and we have told her we're never letting her go. She, amongst many other skills, really stepped up to the social media side of things for this convention. So welcome, Kim, and thank you. I would also like to now thank the guests who were there, and the people who gave up so much of their time in moderating and hosting the panels, and working their way through getting guests on stage, backstage, front stage, trying to work out where they were half the time. So I'm going to read them out because I don't want to risk missing anybody. I don't think I would, but just to be safe. Obviously, and starting with Adrian Paul, who was an absolute trooper. I told him I was working him to death, and he very gladly and willingly stepped up. We were thrilled to have Alexander van der Noot for the very first time. What a wonderful guest she was. Elizabeth Grayson, Jim Burns, who did that fabulous concert for us, specifically just for you, the fans, for this convention. Valentine Pelker, albeit by iPhone, but he was determined to be there. Richard Ridings, Marcus Testori, Musetta Vander for the first time, who played Ingrid, of course, in Valkyrie. James Haran, Amanda Weiss, first time with us, who was that dogged journalist, of course, for most of season 1. Anthony DeLongis, F. Braun McCash, Tracy Scoggins, we're thrilled to see Tracy there, and Peter Hudson, very first time ever at one of our conventions, and who thoroughly enjoyed himself and wants to come back for more. Richard Martin, Clay Morris, and Charles Wilkinson, who are three of the directors of many of the fan favourite episodes. King Gord, of course, who with David Abramovich was with Highlander from the Watchers onwards for every single episode as the producer, and David, of course, is the top writer, creative writer. Steve Gagan was a fabulous guest. Stephen, of course, the production designer who gave us all those fabulous sets and flashback sets and so on. Didier Bavarel was an on-set photographer for all of the French, well, most of the French episodes, and he actually called in from Morocco. Gillian and Donna, of course, stalwarts, have been at every convention, I think, that we've had, certainly not always in Australia, but the ones in the United States. And then we had Jonathan Melville, who has written a fabulous book called A Kind of Magic on the making of Highlander 1, and he was joined by Ewan McNulty. And our moderators and hosts, Andy Sloan, Andrew Medine, Jeremy Orr, Kevin Reitzel, Derek May, Lee Fillingsness, Joe Brandt Dillingworth, Grant Kempster, and well, I've mentioned us, can also give a special thank you to Kevin Wrightsall, Grant Kempster, who worked on the program with me, which was no easy feat, believe me, with so many different people from different parts of the whole 122, is it, people? 22 episodes, 121, I think, episodes. I'd also like to particularly thank Davis Panzer. Bill and Peter, of course, have now passed, but they have always been there as incredible stalwarts to Highlander Worldwide. And stepping into those shoes has been Kareem Damashki, who has been nothing but supportive. And we could not have done this, without that. And my understanding is that Josh Davis has stepped into the shoes of his father, Peter. So I think of whenever I think of Bill and Peter, they had two huge desks that faced each other in the office, only about 5 feet apart. And I always think of that as that creative hub. So that's basically all from us, unless any of the rest of you would like to say something. Those videos are going to be up for a while longer, which is terrific. We won that battle with the with the back end people of the floor technology. And we'll be coming back to you with some more information about what is going to be happening with those panels and what our future plans are for some more virtual events, since we did all seem to survive this one. Now, have I forgotten anything, anybody?
I think you've put everybody from the writers, directors, the live action series, the movies, stop motion animation that Derek made it. I think we covered everything in the convention, and you've covered everything here. That's brilliant. I think it's been a great success. So
I'll just finish by saying I know what a difficult 18 months it's been for everybody with the pandemic, and we're still living through that, of course. So I just want to finish off by giving a shout out to Peter Wingfield, who was very sorry he couldn't join us. But Peter has, as most of you will know, become a cardiac anesthesiologist. And Peter is in the heart of the pandemic, working extraordinary hours, actually, at the hospital end. But I didn't want to finish a Highlander Worldwide convention without mentioning Peter / Mythos, who you can't think Highlander without thinking Peter Wingfield as well. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a great weekend. And remember, you can go in and you can still watch those videos. If you have any problems at all, just email me or message me on Facebook, highlanderworldwide.com at Gmail, highlanderworldwide@gmail.com, and I'll get things sorted for you. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye and have a good weekend and stay safe.